Now I can't see it.
Oh, cool. Just was like...
What are you going to do?
I'll just kind of glance at it. I've got a good sight like an eagle.
2021 has delivered some unexpected results all across the real estate in Australia. Now, you know what I've found? That a lot of people are struggling in today's market, that whether they should sell in the current market where the prices are good, or they should hold on towards selling their current property if the prices rises. But that is actually worrying them even more, because if they were to buy something next, that's going to make it a lot harder for them if the prices continue to rise. Now guys, this is one of the worry, and I've got my very dear friend today in my office. His name is Daniel. He's the director of Your Loan HQ, to address all those concerns and assess the today's market climate, the pros and cons of holding and selling, and see what it comes out for you. Let's get started with our marketer. Welcome, Daniel. I'm really excited to have you in my office today.
Cheers, Sam. I'm super happy to be here. Super excited. Full of energy, ready to go.
Lovely.
Ready to answer
Lovely.
any questions.
I really love that energy there, because you know what, the intent to do this particular video is to help people out there, those who are planning to get onto the real estate goals but have been baffled with the growth of the market, what is going on, and some of them can't even understand. So what is going on is that they are too confused. They've got their family going on, they've got their personal requirements towards their houses, but they don't know what to expect. And I want some super strong knowledge base to be delivered to them so that they could make a good, comfortable move without risking too much of their stakes.
I'll tell you what, Sam, you've called the right person, and I've seen it firsthand. Many clients, first home buyers that have had 100 properties and they've been cornered out of the market. So I'm more than happy to be here to help out with that.
I think having the right person, right brains behind their decision is the key in the current market.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you've got the right person in your corner that can give you the right advice based on your objectives and your goals.
Yep.
Not only today, but moving into the future.
Yep.
And really structure your lending to meet that is super important. And getting that key advice around interest rates, borrowing capacities, deposits. You need to be you need to be your own mortgage broker. You need to have that much knowledge in your head, and that's the sort of person you need to find to help you out.
Yeah. All right, Daniel, let's get into the real stuff right now. In your opinion, considering the other side of the fence towards the banking and the policies, as a mortgage broker, what do you think of the current market?
Yeah, so at the moment, it's quite interesting. We've got record low interest rates. People are spending more and more money than ever. Like you could say, there's probably been more growth in South Australia than there ever has been.
Yep.
And we're seeing people still being cornered out of that market. But as of late, we have seen some movement from the government where they're increasing their buffer rate, which means that people's borrowing capacities are going to reduce slightly. So that's actually from today, the 1st of October, that rule has been brought in from APRA. And we've also seen some fixed interest rates go up, very incrementally, but from some of the major lenders. So what that kind of can indicate to me is that perhaps moving into 2022, a slight soften in the market. I know for me, I would like the market to soften because I want to buy 100 properties a year ago and I'll be a very happy man.
Well, a lot of people want to get onto their goals and buy more properties. What I've seen in the last year, that 500,000 has become a million has become 2 million, and that is a real positive sign, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't expect that.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving into that COVID-19 period, I think many people were expecting that property prices would drop, that everyone would hold on to their money, no spending. But instead of that, we've seen property prices go up, shortages of motor vehicles, the used car market, so everything's gone up. So I think what that shows is that even in that time of, uncertainty, there's been confidence in our government, confidence in our real estate here in South Australia, which I think is great. It really is. And I think the outlook moving forward, when international borders open back up and we can go to Bali and go and have some fun,
Love it.
I think that there could even be more growth. You never know.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest key in that case going to be the borders are open, more and more people would be coming in and investing the money. And I've seen a big shift from overseas investments and interstate investments in particular coming to South Australia.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think that would also be a good move towards the real estate market in the next few months.
Yeah, for sure.
So Daniel, what do you think, being a middleman between the borrower and the lender, what do you think is the biggest challenge that buyers are facing these days in the pursuit of their dream home?
Yeah, for sure. So at the moment, we're generally seeing more and more buyers opting for a pre-approval to have that security to understand what their max purchase price is.
Yep.
Have their wallet, be ready to sign contracts, all of the above. But as most properties are going to auction, as you would know, and they're getting into bidding wars, they're scared to miss out. They're scared the market's moving too fast and they have to strike. We're seeing borrowers winning auctions above what the bank valuation will come back in, which can pose problems for borrowers that are quite tight with their deposits. So what that means in the end of the day is come settlement, they're going to need to come up with the extra funds in that shortfall between the purchase price and the valuation that the bank has. So that can cause a lot of stress for buyers. I've got a couple that I'm dealing with at the moment that are wanting to go to auction, and I'm having to counsel them through that proceeding and give them a bit of reassurance as to not go too crazy at auction, but still give them that confidence that they do have that pre-approval. So it's a fine line.
Yep. All right, Daniel, what I find as an agent, when I'm there at an open representing a vendor, I've got a property for sale, I see a lot of buyers coming through the door, and most of the time people are very much confident. They've got the pre-approval in place. But in the hindsight, as an agent, I can see that if the offer is strong enough to get accepted, I still am a bit skeptical towards whether that offer or a pre-approval could possibly get knocked down then later on by the bank. So are there chances that the possible approval can be knocked off?
Yeah, so there are on occasion, in some circumstances. So it can get knocked down if the bank doesn't value the property at what they're purchasing. So if they undervalue the property and they don't have funds to meet that shortfall, or if there's a circumstance where the bank hasn't done a fully assessed pre-approval. So in some circumstances, not every bank does a fully assessed pre-approval, and that's a key word. So that just means that a pre-approval has been generated, or a conditional approval has been generated by a robot, essentially. So not someone manually, physically looking through the pay slips, the financials, whatever it might be. They're just essentially relying on whoever has put through that application, say a broker, understands and has put everything in correct to meet that bank's policy, which is risky. And that's why not all mortgage brokers are the same. There are good ones and bad ones, the same as in real estate.
Yep.
So yeah.
So what I can understand is like knowing a person's financials is the key to it. Just like a doctor or your GP would know your body, but a good mortgage broker should really be analyzing all those documents well in advance before they could actually lodge the pre-approval and get the client that assurance to get their best foot forward into the market.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do like that analogy, a GP. I'd like to, renown myself as a GP, but yeah, that's it. So essentially a broker should be the GP for someone's finances and their lending requirements. You should know every aspect and understand if you want to be an athlete and you want to go and play in the AFL Grand Final, you should be able to help them to get to that level.
Yep, lovely.
I don't know why I said AFL, I don't even watch the football.
Good idea.
Yeah, it probably suits a lot of us.
Alright, Daniel, one final question for you. I've seen a lot of people just walking to the bank, whosoever that they banked with, walking into the branch saying, I need a home loan. In your opinion, give me the straight answer why an applicant or a buyer should go to the bank or to a mortgage broker.
Yeah, so I'm slightly biased, but not biased at the same time. So a mortgage broker has many lenders, they can go to whichever lender they feel that you suit best. If you walk into a bank, they have a kind of cookie cutter approach with their policy, so not everyone will fit into every bank's policy. And that's the benefit of coming to a broker. So one bank might have a borrowing capacity for a certain borrower at 400,000 and another bank might give it at 600,000. And it's not the borrower or the client's job to understand which bank lends the most money, it's the broker's job. So definitely come and speak to a broker to get that information.
And you know what's coming to my mind?
Yeah.
Just the previous question, the analogy of a GP and a doctor.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, when a good doctor knows your body, they exactly know what to prescribe.
Yeah, exactly right, they do. And that's one of the key reasons why I got into mortgage broking. So I walked into a few branches, won't mention any names, didn't get the service that I thought that I should be getting. And even I went through a couple of brokers, didn't get the service I thought I should be getting. And that's why I'm here today as a broker, trying to give that service. Set the benchmark at the top.
Right there. All right, Daniel, I really want to thank you for taking out your precious time and helping us with your knowledge and expertise, and especially sharing this one with the audience over here, because I truly believe it's going to add some serious value to the people's life who want to get onto their real estate goals in this crazy real estate times. Thank you so much. Thanks again.
Cheers, Sam. I appreciate it.
Right. And guys, for any of your real estate needs, myself and the team's always there to help and assist you. And for all your mortgage needs, you know certainly that you've got some strong backing with this man sitting onto my right over here.
Do you reckon it might be worth moving this slightly over? Because can you see like the whole way across or no? Like in terms of like this
as an element in the middle?
Yeah, that's it. Because I don't know how far across the camera can see. Like I don't know if it looks weird being all the way on this side or.
Just push it a little bit towards the left. That's it.
That's it. Cool.
Yeah.